Hey there, it's that improvisation kid. I'm here to review Invictus, Clint Eastwood movie. Now before we get started, I'm just gonna say that this is improvised. I do not have any piece of paper. All I have is a glass of Coke, this hell of a comfy chair, and my brain. So I'm just gonna try and talk about it, which means that I might make some mistakes once in a while, might go off track. But yeah, what the hell? I mean, yeah, just gonna have to live with that or leave it. Basically, these videos I'm making right now, they're more like radio shows, technically. There isn't that much to see, it's just me in a chair, sometimes sipping my cola. Very few times will I actually show you something that's worth watching on the screen. It will just be me talking, so you might as well like play a video game, relax or something. You know, do something while you're listening to me. Well, along with the review then, Invictus came out in 2009, directed by Clint Eastwood, stars Matt Damon and longtime friend of Clint Eastwood and colleague Morgan Freeman. They've been in other movies like $1 Million Baby and Are Forgiven. Yes, also Morgan Freeman narrated the Clint Eastwood documentary, The Eastwood Factor. Right, so on with the movie. The story's about rugby. The story's about Mandela wanting a team of rugby players to win the World Cup of rugby. It sounds boring, doesn't it? It isn't. I promise you. This movie is not like one of those action movies. There isn't that much. There's no action in it unless you consider rugby action, which I guess could count, people are falling and stuff like that. But even then, there isn't much actual rugby playing. Alright, so let's go into details of the story. Mandela's new in the, I was about to call it the White House. Well, I don't know what they have done. Mandela's new as president of South Africa. Meanwhile, he's president, there's like this World Cup going on. One of the sports that they play in South Africa, apparently. By the way, this is back in 1992 or something like that. But one of the sports that they play in South Africa apparently is rugby. So they have their national team is really bad. First of all, they're led by Francois Pienaar. I think it's like that. Don't really know his name, but he's played by Matt Damon. They're led by that captain, and it's not going very well for them. First of all, they suck. Second of all, the colors of their clothes, that's green and white, green and yellow. I don't know the history of South Africa, but apparently that is racist. So everybody hates that team because they're racist and they suck, and they want the Springboks to completely be destroyed. Where Mandela, he, in a twist, everybody thinks that he would destroy them because, I mean, he hated them. When he was in jail, he also hated the Springboks because they apparently represent sort of racism because of their colors. It might not be racist. They even have a black member on their team. But, where was it going? Yeah, well, Morgan Freeman's faction, Mandela, won't, by the way, I don't know if this is based on real stories. I mean, I know it's based on a book called Playing the Enemy. But I don't know if it's Playing the Enemy is based on fact. So yeah, Mandela's but in the twist turn sort of, Mandela wants them to win, and that's the plot of the movie. Them trying to win, stuff like that, conversations, and it's not bad actually. It's a very inspiring movie. It's one of those movies that make you feel like, if you've seen Letters from Iwo Jima or Catch Me If You Can, it makes you feel like the character's a badass. There's what you made General Kurabayashi of the Japanese the Japanese general, he seemed like a badass in that movie. Frank Abagnale Jr. seems like a badass because of that movie. Mandela seems like a badass because of this movie. He's really nice to everybody, and yeah, he's just really nice to everybody. It's one of those inspiring movies where you feel like, wow, Mandela's really an inspiring figure. I mean, I never realized how awesome he was before this movie. Even though, of course, it may just be fictitious and the real Mandela may be different. And that I do not know if he is different because I have not met him. Unfortunately. Hopefully I will. The acting is top notch in this movie. It's a pretty huge movie. They have Matt Damon is as always. Well, I have yet to see him in a bad movie, but then again, I mean, I have yet to see him bad acting, but then again, I haven't seen that many Matt Damon films recently. Morgan Freeman is as always awesome. He is spot on with Mandela. He has the accent, and that's also with Matt Damon. They both nailed the accent of you know, the mix of African, English, Netherlands and stuff like that. You know, Africa, Netherlands, Afrikaans. If you ever noticed that, because that, you know, the I don't know how to say it, Netherlands went into their country a long time ago. You know, I'm not even gonna talk about history right now. But yeah, it's actually a very, very good movie. Inspiring, good ending. I don't know if it's based on fact, as I said before, but still, if I had to give it a score, I'm not gonna give it a score, by the way. So I'm not gonna give it a score. But if I just say buy it or rent it or whatever, that depends. Some people might find this movie boring. I didn't. I found it to be pretty good. But you know, maybe you should watch the trailer a little bit more. If it seems like your taste, you should probably do it. If you like Mandela, if you like Eastwood, Matt Damon, I think you should go for it. Morgan Eastwood, Mandela. Sorry, when I said Mandela, I meant Freeman. Mixed it up there. If you like Eastwood, Freeman, Matt Damon, maybe you should pick it up. I mean, it's worth a visit, definitely. And if you like it, it might just be your cup of tea. It was mine, or a glass of Coke. So yeah, I'd say check it out. Check out the trailers or something. If it looks interesting, maybe you should give it a peek. It's not that expensive a movie now. Well, that was it for this time. I'll see you next time.